Hey friends, welcome back. I'm Amanda. This is the Happy Homestead, and today we're going to go back to sourdough. Maybe you had seen I've done a sourdough series earlier on in the year. If you have not had a chance to see it and you're interested, click above and you can get that playlist and see all of the sourdough videos, which starts with how to make your own sourdough starter if you don't already have one. So in today's episode, we're going to make some sourdough soft pretzels. If you saw the last video where I talked about all kinds of school snacks, right? School ideas, homemade and some purchased. This one, as far as the sourdough pretzels, is a really great school snack also, especially if your kid likes some sort of mustard with it, or maybe like a apple butter is always a really good idea too, especially in the fall. But these are soft sourdough pretzels, and the recipe I'll link below, but it is from Little Spoon Farm, Amy over at Little Spoon Farm, and this is one of my favorite recipes for sourdough. It's so easy. It's very similar, I think, to the bagel recipe she has, but what I love about both of those recipes is that you can start it at night, let it do its thing overnight, right, for 10 to 12 hours, and then wake up the next morning and make your bagels, make your biscuits, or make your pretzels in this case, and it all works, and it's so easy. So let's get our dough put together tonight, and then I'll see you in the morning where we're gonna put them together. So I've got all my ingredients already here. I have 500 grams of bread flour. I just milled this in my mock mill. It is 500 grams of hard red wheat. We've got some honey from our own bees. We're gonna need 40 grams of honey. If you don't have honey, you can always use sugar, which would just be 2 tablespoons sugar. We've got some Redmond real salt. We've got our sourdough starter. So you want to make sure you have an active starter and not a discard. And you need about a half a cup or 125 grams. And then we've got our filtered water, and we've got, it's about 1 cup plus a tablespoon, 255 grams. So we are going to mix the starter, the water, and the honey together in here. And then we're gonna put in our salt and our flour and make a really good dough and knead it in the mixer for a few minutes. So you want the dough to really be able to come together. So I'm just gonna scrape the sides down a little bit. And I'm gonna then put this on the lowest setting from anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. The dough should pull away from the side of the bowl, and then we will let it rest overnight. Okay, it's been about 6 minutes. You can see that it really has formed into one dough ball. And when you pick it up, right, it shouldn't be overly sticky, like it's not necessarily sticking to my hands. It's really just a great consistency of moisture. So I'm gonna leave it in this bowl overnight, but I am gonna cover it with my beeswax wrap. And then I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It is the next morning. So my daughter and I are going to start to roll out the pretzels. Now this is, again, very similar to the bagel recipe where you're going to have this large ball of dough. It has risen. It's not overly sticky. We're going to ideally make about 8 pretzels. So I'm going to weigh the ball and then divide it out into 8 semi-equal sections, and then we will roll out the pretzels, and then they will sit on the parchment paper for about 30 to 60 minutes. We'll boil them in some, I think it's sugared water, like stock pot with water with a tablespoon or 2 of sugar. Flip it about 1 to 2 minutes on each side, and then we bake it in the oven. So first we're going to see how much this weighs. 927. And we're going to divide that by 8.
Just one little
approximately 115 to 116 per pretzel.
Mom, when am I gonna?
I'm gonna weigh these out, and then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna roll them out. So we have our balls. We're gonna take one at a time. Perfect. And you're gonna roll it out. 2 hands. And get a really nice long log.
You mean snake?
Yeah, snake.
I call it snake because snakes are like that.
Yeah, snake's better. That's good.
Moths are not fat like this.
No, they're not. Okay.
Well, 6 will be like that. But
Okay, so here's one. You got one going?
Nope, not yet. You just do it.
Okay, and then we're gonna do something like this.
Did you get the and I only get this.
You're getting there. You're doing good. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'll do another one. Do this one. I love this stove. You need to know how much I love this.
I don't know why. It doesn't taste like anything.
It tastes so good. I might want to try it one day.
Stop.
Okay.
So forming the pretzels really doesn't take any time at all. I was a little off though with the water. I put 6 cups of water in my stock pot on the stove to get up to a boil, and in that I added 2 tablespoons baking soda and 1 tablespoon, it calls for dark brown sugar. I don't have dark brown sugar, but I do have sucanat, which is like an organic evaporated cane juice, and it is of a brown color. We're gonna bring that to a boil while our pretzels are sitting anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes, just letting them rise and rest a little bit longer, and then we're gonna boil them for 30 seconds on each side. We're gonna put them back on our pan and then in a 425-degree oven, and we're gonna bake from anywhere from 12 to 14 minutes. So pretty simple, pretty fast. Yep. But they look delicious. They look perfect. They're not as dark, right, as you would maybe think of when you think of some of the pretzels you can buy in the store. But nothing beats homemade, especially when you know exactly what goes into it. These are going to be great for our dinner tomorrow night. We're having sausage and peppers, and I think these will go really well with that, as well as some snacks for the kids' school this week. Thanks for joining me. Stay healthy, stay well. Bye-bye.